Good afternoon. My name is Martin Cowell, and welcome to the Financial Mystics Sanctuary for our noonday meditation and contemplative prayer hour. Excuse me. Glad you could join me today. Are you aware of just how magnificent you truly are? You know, I don't know about you, but most mornings I don't feel too magnificent, quite frankly. When I wake up first thing, when my eyes first open, I don't feel so magnificent. I actually feel kind of unworthy. Like, what's the? I don't like there's any meaning. Excuse me. I don't like there's any meaning in my life. I don't like I'm any worthy, and I just kind of lie there and think, oh, what's the point? Poor pitiful me. And I get up anyway, go grab my coffee, wander out onto my favorite rocking chair on my back, and it doesn't take too long if I let go. And I just allow myself to feel into the magnificence of the day. One of the things that I really enjoy about summertime is my backyard and my gardens and my flowers. And I've got last year I've done a whole, you can tell like the color coral. This year I have a whole theme in coral colored patience. So it's kind of like just this whole world of coral in my backyard right now. And when I allow myself to just feel into the essence of that, things begin to shift. Because then I can feel into the magnificence of my flowers and of my backyard and the beauty of nature itself. I realize I am that too. I am of the same essence as everything that I see. God is in everything, within us all. It is within nature. It is within life, and that's the key to moving us out of all of the fear-driven beliefs and associations create for us that create so much pain in our lives, suffering. And I'm saying, particularly under COVID-19, that my fear is probably a little more amplified. Not probably. My fears are amplified. The fear of the unknown, the fear of death, fear, all of these things are really being brought to the surface right now. But the beauty of that, the darker the shadow, the bigger the fear. Hello, Wendy. How you doing, Wendy? Good to see you. You're here today. Happy Friday. Deeper the fear, the more amplified the fear. The darker the shadow, but the beauty is the brighter light. Because when I got myself to just feel my way through it without running away from it, leaning into fear, leaning into the discomfort, I can easily find my way into an absolutely beautiful place of magnificence and truth. And that's the value of contemplation. I'm not actually doing anything specifically. I am just contemplating the beauty of the world and the beauty of life itself, and the gratitude to be a participant in that. And it's amazing to me that as soon I can literally feel the transformation occurring within me in the few seconds. That's why for my coaching clients, I always talk about what we do with the first 7 minutes of our day. So important. Because that's what we want to come to the world through our magnificence, through our beauty, our truth. And when I wake in the morning, I'm usually sort of in my body, in my head, in my Ken Will calls the gross states, the lower states of human consciousness. I need to get up to a higher level of consciousness, and that's what I do. And then I have this at noon where we actually fully go into meditation and contemplative prayer and go through a practice of actually letting it go. I may do a little bit of that practice in the morning sitting outside. I might do a sit there and use my mantra. And I do that a lot, frankly. I am not me. I am not me. If I'm feeling it something fearful or anxious or not happy, I'll just allow myself to and repeat that mantra over and over again. As I am not me. I am not me. And I begin to like, oh, I don't mean physically, but of the essence of the flower. I'm of the essence of the grass and the trees and the beauty and the beautiful world. I am of that essence, and you are too. Is the God within us, the divine in us. So that's why I do that. And then from that place, I have a new grounding. I'm grounded in truth of who I am, and that's what sets my tone for the day. And I listen into that place. That's where I might get some ideas on what I want to write, what I want to talk about when I come. That's usually where it happens. I usually begin to out something. Then I begin to read, and then I begin to put the whole thing together. And it's not me doing it. That's what's so interesting is that I've done this for a while. What I was telling them the other day is that the more I do this, the more it comes from a more creative place within me, and I enjoy that. I enjoy being in that space of magnificence. I enjoy the feelings of magnificence, beauty, and life itself. And that's what I come here to share with you because I don't have anything in me that you don't have in you. We all have. That's how we connect. It's pretty exciting. So, and that's how we get through this together because I don't feel that way. Yep. So a little bit about what Richard Rohr had to say this morning about all that. And we'll go from there. And if you've heard me say in the past, Richard Rohr is a Franciscan brother and a Roman Catholic priest, and he also runs called the Center for Act and Contemplation out in Albuquerque. And he's one of my teachers and one that guides me through, and that's why I share it with you, because I think his writings, his night meditations that he's been putting out have been exceptionally helpful to all of us to get out of our ego thinking head to the level of our hearts. Get out of our ego, let go of, we surrender our own will and our own desire to dominate and get our way for something more beautiful, more powerful. This is called cosmology and nature, a communion of subject. Acknowledging the intrinsic value and even soul of creation, elements, plants, and animals is a major paradigm shift for most Western Christians. In fact, many in the past often dismiss such thinking as animism or paganism. We limited God's love and salvation to our own human species, and then in the theology of scarcity, we do not even have enough love to cover all humanity. To be honest, God ended up looking quite stingy and inept, hardly victorious as our hymns proclaim. I think watch that on TV sometimes. We can see some Christian belief structures that have really trivialized God and God a very almost a mean-spirited, judgmental entity of the ego construct. And there are people who are still promoting, and that's not just for the Christian tradition. There's a lot of fundamentalist beliefs out there who have their version of what God looks like. Well, the reality is God is everything, and no one has a specific. It's everything. It's in everything. Every living thing has got God in it. We don't worship things. We worship the life-giving force within it. We don't worship our dog, but we do see life-giving force within the dog, love, and that's what we That's what we experience. That's why we love our dog. We love our cat because we experience the life-giving force within the cat. And I was eating meat about 4 months ago. But I just didn't like the idea of killing an animal to eat it. That's just me. I mean, I've been eating animals all my life, and I love meat. I love pork. I love barbecue and all that kind of stuff. And I've been missing barbecue ribs in the summer, but I'm not missing it that much. There was just something that one day said, I don't really want to eat animals. I still eat fish. But to me, as I begin to see animals as essence like myself, that wants to experience life through the lens of a dog or a cow or chicken, I want to be participating in that. That's me. I'm not making a judgment about you, but that is, as my heart gets fuller and more open to the beauty and then the magnificence of the world, I want to be more respectful and see that as holy too. So it's and I gotta tell you this, it's also changed the way I make salads. I see the beauty and the essence colors of the vegetables when I'm cutting up the peppers and the onion, the tomato. It just and going to the farmer's market. It's all part of the experience of life. It's magnificent. The word profane comes from the Latin word pro, meaning in front of, and fanum, meaning we thought we lived outside the temple. Without a nature-based spirituality, it was a feigned universe bereft of spirit. We had to keep building shrines and churches to capture and hold own domesticated and tamed God. And I think that's the byproduct of living I don't mean this manly, but in the male psychic, the male dominant psychic, we had to create a controlled God, if you will, in churches. And they seem to be lacking something because we put too much love into the sacrament itself instead of the life forth within the sacrament. It makes any sense. We keep building shrines and churches to capture and hold our own now domesticated and tamed God. Let's coming into it. Thank God. Mother is saying no. We're getting out. We're not got everything. We're going to free out in the world, and then our hearts and within ourselves. Soon we do not know where to look for the divine, as we make God's presence limited. We're only going to visit with God's church on Sunday. We became like fish swimming around looking for water and offering argument about who owned the water. What does that sound familiar? I'm not saying that God is all things or that all things are God. Pantheism. I'm saying that each living reveals some aspect of God. God is greater than the whole of our universe. As a creator, interpenetrate all created things. Pan-ism. This is what Richard Rohr talks about in his recent book, The Universal Christ. And if you haven't, it's a fabulous book. It's an absolutely wonderful book, particularly timely to be able to find Christ, God, the living, the powerful essence within all of us. It's within us. It's all. When God manifests through matter, then matter becomes a holy thing. When God manifests spirit through matter, then matter becomes a holy thing. The material world is the place where we can comfortably worship God by walking it, loving it, and respecting it. What a difference we're having to do right now. As Mother Nature has us all taking time out in our rooms to learn to love and respect the world which we have been created. We have created. So that we can simply I can just go out of my backyard in the morning, have my coffee, and feel into the beauty of love and life. The material world is the place where we comfortably with God just by walking on it, loving it, and respecting it. Everything visible without exception is the outpouring of God. I'm going to even say everything visible and invisible. Everything we can experience through our senses as human beings is the outpouring of love for God. Experiencing wind, experiencing love. I can't put a finger on love. I can't see love, but I can experience this love. The emotion of love and the experience of life itself without creativity. Everything visible without exception is outpouring of God. What else could it be? Richard asked. What else could it be? The incarnation is not only God becoming Jesus. It's a much broader event than that. Which is why John's gospel described God present in the general word flesh. And the word became flesh. Sometimes Christians get a little too caught up in the historical Jesus as the Christ. The Christ was not Jesus' last name. Jesus was the incarnation of God. We are all the incarnation of God. He just used that as a way to model for us, if you will, what it is. It is incarnated in the human being, in the birth of the human, which is why all lives matter. We need to pay particular attention right now to lives, Black lives, and others have been marginalized by our social and economic systems who said that their lives don't. And to not acknowledge that systematic that systematic inequality is just plain wrong. That's white privilege, not acknowledging its white privilege. I never have to worry about driving my car through town and being pulled over because I'm white. I know. But I have friends who told me over and over again how it can be dangerous and it can be particularly cautious. You know, I don't drink anymore, but I have to be particularly things about when they drink and when they drive. That's in a way, but they shouldn't mingle out and have to be more cautious than I did. It's a much broader event, which is why John's gospel verse described presence in the general word flesh. We are all black, white, brown, straight, gay, men, women, life. Son, taking a little lunch break. Glad to have you today. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for checking in. Thanks for being here. We're talking about God being within all life forms, including you. the divine mind, and how fear can wake us up because it's uncomfortable to stopping and feeling our way to the truth that we are loved, the truth that we're powerful, the truth that we are creators. This is the ubiquitous Christ I continue to encounter in other human beings, in a mountain, a blade of grass, a spider web, or a star. This is the ubiquitous Christ that we continue to encounter in other beings, in a mountain, blade of grass, a spider web, or a star, or my beautiful orange and face in the backyard. When we can do all these things as holy, the world becomes a communion of subjects more than a collection of objects. Yeah, that was Father Thomas Berry. That's a quote from Thomas Berry, who said, "We can enjoy all these things as holy. When we can enjoy all these things as holy, the world becomes a communion of subjects more than a collection of objects." Think about that communion. We are all subjects because all one thing, like you. That doesn't mean we don't take different forms, but the essence of who and what we are is all one love. We are pure consciousness, pure living awareness. That is what is speaking. That is what's hearing me. It is the form of my ears, your ears, and my mouth that are creating the word. So to communicate in communion. Yes, we are in communion. The world becomes a union of subject rather than a collection of objects. Let's meditate on that idea today, because that magnificent. We are in communion with everything you can see, smell, touch, hear, and feel. We are in communion with each other. Even electronics, it's all created by the Creator within us. Powerful, isn't it? When we love something, we grant its soul. We see its soul, and we let its soul touch ours. We love something deeply to know soul. Before the resonance of love, largely blind to the meaning of value and power of ordinary things to save us and help us live in union with the source of all being. In fact, until we can appreciate and even delight in the soul of things, even trees and animals, we probably haven't discovered our own selves. Soul knows soul through love, which is why it great commandment. I love the expression of when the ego weeps for what is lost, the soul rejoices in what it has found. Because the soul, the ego, has lost fear. We have lost the fear, the fuel of ego. Fear of not, the fear of whatever we're fearing. And we're able to rejoice in truth of what we are. The world becomes a communion of subjects more than a collection of objects. So let's meditate. Let's meditate. Let's with intention take some time and fall into love ourselves. And we always like to start. I like to start with just raising my hands up in the air, and wiggling my fingers and wiggling my toes, and feeling that magnificent life force energy that flows within in us, around us, above everything. We cannot touch. We cannot be here without being love, life. That's what we are. We are magnificent. I'm magnificent. You are magnificent. Put your hands on your heart and just with passion for the magnificent, the miracle of your own heart being now. As it mixes all of the oxygen, all the air, the spirit of life itself to our blood to create that life pumping energy out the world. Our hearts become a beacon for other hearts to connect with us. We just open it up a little bit further. Open hearts a little further out into the east, all known as the direction lover. And opting for new beginnings to come in our lives. The beginner's mind, if you will. You'd like you to open your heart a little bit further out into the south. It's the archetype of the warrior, or the warrior. It's actually warrior stands for men and women. It's a gentle word. So I'm just going to say warrior within us. That us it listens to the heart to go action and serve as the world. We open our little hearts even further, open our hearts out of what's known as the direction of the West. Direction of the magician, the great mystery of life itself. Those lovers known as dark and black. The fire of transformation. And the magician in us all. Ability to form magic and to create love. We can open our hearts even a little further out into the north. The direction of the king and of the queen. That part of us is sovereign, lets us always looking for what's better for the whole realm of creation. Then we can open our hearts even further into the above, into the great sky, often known as the masculine principle. Infinite possibilities and possibilities. Wide patrol. Direction of the masculine. And we can focus our awareness down into Mother Earth, the direction of the feminine, the divine feminine within all things within us, that love, nurtures everything. Yeah, let's just sit for a second in the divine feminine. The nurturing mother. And it's calm to make her presence known today. In this time, history of human evolution, to birth us into a new world, branded in the truth of who we are, which brings us into our heart space, the archetype of the human being, of the heart, the Acts Monday, where all forms comes together in the heart. Create, serve, Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end, the nature of who we are. Hold that magnificence within your hands. And the beauty of a human being is we are aware. We are aware of our awareness. Be still and know that I am not me. I am aware. Be still and know that I am pure, loving awareness, not me. Be still and know that I am not me. I am not me. I am not me. Welcome back. How was your journey? How are you feeling? Are you aware of your magnificence, your beauty, creative power? What do you want to create with power? How do you want to serve the world today with this power we have within ourselves? You want to love more? How do you want to give love? How do you want to receive love? Could be just by being, sitting in it, walking in it, appreciating. They don't have to do anything really. Life force within us will inspire us to do stuff. That's what inspiration means. It comes from the heart. And as a prosperity coach and one who works for people, their money, and what do you do? What are your purpose? Well, the purpose comes from your heart. What you're inspired to do. When you add value to the world, money becomes an expression of love. Become exchange, be an expression of love exchange for value. I put money out to others in exchange for a valuable return, something that benefits, adds value to my life. Wonderful exchange. I'm currently in an online community, an online course that I had money out to join to learn how to better market my message, better sell, and bring to market what I have to do, what I have to offer, how I want to serve, and want to make a significant difference in the planet. I actually feel good about the exchange of money for what I'm getting because I'm learning how to be more valuable. That's for me, and that's when capitalism actually works in a good way because we're able to bring our gifts, our talents. We can bring what we want to do to the better of the world in exchange for money as an expression of love and gratitude. What we're giving out that changes the entire relationship in our entire economy. It isn't capitalism is bad. Capitalism is quite good actually. It's the shadow created around capitalism that create greed and scarcity. It's the scarcity side of capitalism. True capitalism comes from abundance within us. It's a free market to bring goods and services out into the world and make offers of value to others in exchange for their money. So they have the resources that they need to bring their value into the world. It's pretty cool, right? Yes, being to the life force within you, to the love within yourself and others around you. That's all we need to do. Serve today by being present to self and those around you. My mission is to show with love and gratitude and let God do the rest. Doesn't always work. The shadow gets in the way, like everybody else. But that's the intention of getting together and praying and meditating is to remind us to bring in our awareness, truth of who we are and our magnificence. So we can co-create a world from heart, from love, from beauty. And we can actually reformulate a new economic system designed for the betterment of all, because we're all one. Anything else seems petty, doesn't it? Anything else just petty. Work in progress. Of course, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress for the rest of our lives. Oh, my cousin Simon. Oh, Simon. Thank you for the comment on my beard. Thank you for being here. Also, I just say that congratulations on the birth of your baby. That's just been wonderful. I'm going to keep up with that on Facebook and your family. It was you, right? You right ahead of me. Yes, you. What you wasn't one. You and your wife, maybe. Uh, do you connect and work with hierarchy? I don't know what you mean by that question. Do you connect to and work with hierarchy that exists with money? I don't know what that means. I'm happy to answer that question, but I don't know what that means. What you're asking me exactly. But we can talk about that, and we can even talk about offline. It's an interesting question. It's an interesting collection of words. I don't quite understand what the question means. Do you continue and work with hierarchy that exists with money? Not sure. Not sure if I do it or not. um, but thank you for the inquiry. You got me puzzled as to what you're asking. I'm wondering if I do or don't. Anyway, everyone, it'd be something else. If you want to talk about that further, Mindy, just send me a. Yes. It's what I was talking about was when we let go of our fear-driven scarcity constructs. That's often around money. What I'm talking about. Money become a symbol. It has been used as a symbol of reward and punishment for a very long time. In sometimes simplest ways. I mean, our parents would reward us if we were good boys and girls and made grades with money sometimes, and they might punish us, take away our allowance if we didn't do what they did. That created an idea that it was a symbol of reward and punishment. And if I do the things that I'm supposed to do that my parents want me to do, then I'll become successful. I'll be happy, be rich, and so money becomes this sort of a symbol, if you will, of reward and punishment. As if, and it works to some people, I guess, but it creates shadow of money because you don't always know what the intention is behind the reward or the punishment. Maybe I'll reward white people because they're white, because I have money. And it creates the illusion because I'm not white, I don't deserve much money. Or it might create the illusion that says gay people. I mean, sometimes it's inherent to kids because they find out that they're gay. So they take away. Money has been used as a trick for reward and punishment. That is the shadow side. That is the dark side of capitalism and money. What I'm talking about here is to turn all that upside, take the power away, and let money be what it's supposed to be, which is an exchange, an expression of love for value of your gifts and your contribution to the world. When we move into that relationship with money, to the golden era of capitalism, where it's actually an exchange, an expression of love, it shifts everything. And then more and more money flows in. I mean, Oprah Winfrey is a wonderful example of that. She's a billionaire who created a monster empire for the significant good of the world, the betterment of others, to serve humanity. And the more she serves and the more she gives, the more money she brings into that empire. Say something about Oprah too. It's not about money. If she lost every dollar she had today, she could create it all over again tomorrow. Because she's tapped into that creative force. All have that. That's when money has been used. Money becomes an expression of love. And she's not the only one. But a lot of people who are in that world. Ray Dalio is a great example. He founded one of the largest hedge funds. He's a billionaire. Founded one of the largest hedge funds in the world. He is one of the forefront financial influencers who's talking about a new economic system grounded in love and prosperity and truth that aligns with who we are human beings. Pretty powerful, right? So it's not that money is a good or a bad thing, it's our relationship to it and how we give it power. That's what it is. Did I answer your question? Try to. Anyway, thank you for the question. And thank you for being here again today. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Love and prosperity prevail. Thank you. Bye-bye.